All right, so remember that crazy stat we talked about the future of virtual events? Turns out it's not just hype.
Definitely not.
We're going deep on vexpo360, a company that's aiming to lead the way.
And their ambition is the fascinating thing. This is a company that's aiming for 0.25% of a market that'll hit, get this, $657 billion
Billion with a B.
by 2030.
Yeah, I about fell out of my chair when I saw that number. But it's not just about throwing tech at the problem.
Right.
They've got this whole visual storytelling philosophy, and
Yeah.
that's different, right?
Yeah, and it's built on real experience, which is so important. This isn't some company that just popped up during the virtual events boom.
Right, right.
They've got decades of experience. Traditional marketing, digital marketing, the whole shebang.
Hmm.
They saw the opportunity, the need for something different, and went for it.
So not just techies, but storytellers too.
The best of both worlds.
Which is perfect because we're about to talk about how they'll tell everyone's story in this new virtual world they're building. So tell me, what exactly is vexpo360 offering?
Well, at their core, it's a SaaS platform for virtual events. Think of it like subscribing to a streaming service, but instead of movies, it's the tools to run incredible events online.
Okay, I like it.
But here's the difference. These events, they last. This isn't a one-time thing. It's permanent, sustainable, these virtual spaces they're creating.
Hold on, a permanent virtual world. Tell me more.
Yeah, so picture this. Your event. It doesn't disappear after a week. It has a permanent online presence. It's like almost a virtual headquarters. Companies showcasing their products, their services year-round, hosting stuff whenever they want, webinars, networking, whatever. And people can visit anytime from anywhere.
Okay, now that is thinking outside the box, or outside the exhibition hall, I guess you could say. But this whole permanent virtual world thing,
Yeah.
that's a lot to wrap your head around. What's the tech behind that? Is it a bunch of complicated 3D modeling?
You think so, right?
Yeah.
But vexpo360, they have this really elegant solution. They call it their one-picture approach.
Oh, Pixar.
Basically, a single, incredibly detailed 360-degree image of the whole event space.
So they're cramming an entire virtual world into a single picture.
It's wild. And it's surprisingly intuitive to use. Visitors can navigate the whole event just by panning and zooming within that one image. It's like stepping into a 360-degree panorama. You want to check out individual booths. Zoom in. It's like being there.
I'm starting to get it. It's like they took all the best parts of real-life events, the energy, being able to wander around, network, but put it online, and it's accessible 24/7.
And because it's all built on that single image,
Yeah.
it's so much more efficient than making these complicated 3D environments. They can make these amazing immersive experiences that just wouldn't be possible with a normal event setup.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
This is really making me rethink what's possible. But let's get down to brass tacks. You've got this amazing platform, this permanent virtual world, but what's it like for businesses actually using it? What kind of support, what tools are we talking about?
Well, think of it as like everything you need all in one place. vexpo360, they give you everything. Customizable booths, landing pages, even interactive hotspots.
Interactive hotspots, okay.
Yeah, so you can share videos, presentations, even product demos.
So it's not just about, showing up in the virtual world. You've got to actually have a way to engage people.
And because it's designed for these permanent events, you can keep things fresh. Update content, run promotions, host webinars. The conversation keeps going long after a traditional event is over.
Which is huge, right? Because no more scrambling to get those leads in just a couple of days. You're building those relationships all the time.
Absolutely. And they've made it really easy to manage. They've got automation tools so you can schedule your social media posts, send personalized emails after the event, even qualify leads, all automatically on the platform.
Working smarter, not harder. Love it. But okay, we can't forget about the AI. They keep hinting at these next level AI integrations. So, spill it. What's the scoop?
This is where it gets really interesting. Basically, they're putting AI into everything. Remember how we talked about making these immersive, engaging experiences?
Yeah.
Well, they're using AI to actually personalize that for every person attending.
Okay, so how does that actually work?
So say you're at a virtual event on vexpo360. As you're browsing, checking out booths, looking at content, their AI is learning what you're interested in. And then it starts recommending things, connections you might want to make, sessions you should check out, even products or services that might be relevant for you.
So it's like having a personal guide who just happens to be an expert in whatever industry we're talking about, pointing you to the good stuff. That's pretty cool.
And they're taking it even further with their plans for, get this, a ChatGPT-style AI assistant.
Oh, wow.
So imagine you have a question. Boom, answer instantly. 24/7, this AI has your back. It knows everything about your industry.
No more waiting for emails or digging through FAQs. That changes everything. But this is a lot to build, even for a company with big goals like vexpo360. How are they planning on rolling this out, getting it into the world?
It's actually really smart. They're taking this multi-pronged approach to growth. So first, they're building this global network of distributors,
Okay.
almost like a franchise model, so they can reach new markets, provide that local touch.
So think globally, act locally. I like it. What else?
They're also creating this really interesting labor marketplace. The idea is to connect businesses with freelancers, experts, anyone they need to actually create and manage their virtual events. So it's like a specialized talent pool, specifically for vexpo 360.
I love that. It's like they're building a whole economic ecosystem around this, not just a platform.
Exactly. And then there's one more piece, Task AI.
Task AI. Okay, you know I love anything with AI in the name. Tell me more.
Basically, it's about combining the best of AI, that efficiency, with the creativity that humans bring to the table.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So let's say you want to promote your event. You need some social media posts, right?
Sure, yeah.
Instead of doing it yourself or even hiring someone to do the whole thing, you submit that task to Task AI. The AI gets to work, generate some initial drafts, hashtags, visuals, the whole 9 yards. But it doesn't end there. Then those drafts get passed to a human expert from that freelancer marketplace we talked about.
So the AI does the grunt work, then a real person comes in, adds that extra polish, that human touch.
And because it's a specialist from the marketplace, they know your industry. They can nail the tone, the message. It streamlines everything, makes it faster, cheaper, and just more effective overall.
Wow. You know, I'm really impressed with how vexpo360 is tying all of this together. It's more than just keeping up. They're really trying to shape the future of how business gets done.
They are.
Yeah.
And the more we look at this, it's clear that they're not just thinking about what they're building, but how it will actually help businesses in the long run.
It's really kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. This small company creating this whole ecosystem, it could really shake things up how we do business.
And it really could.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot, AI assistants, global freelancer marketplaces, the whole 9 yards. What's the one thing you want our listener to remember?
For me, it's this vexpo 360. They're not just building a platform. This is bigger.
Oh.
It's a movement. They're challenging how things have always been done and showing everyone there's a better way, a more engaging way to do business.
They're really betting big on these virtual experiences that they're only going to get more important for all of us in work and in our personal lives.
And it's already happening, right? Remote work is exploding, global teams, everyone wants flexibility, but we still crave connection.
Mhm.
vexpo 360 gives businesses the tools, the platform to actually make that work.
Makes me think of that saying, the future's already here, it's just not evenly distributed. Seems like vexpo360 wants to change that, at least for events, how businesses interact.
And it's not just about these huge corporations either, which I think is important.
Right, right.
What excites me about vexpo 360, they want to give everyone access to this. Smaller businesses, startups, they can compete globally with this.
So it's not just changing how we do business, it's who gets to play the game. That's a powerful message.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I think it'll connect with people because at the end of the day, we all want to be part of something bigger, right?
Yeah.
Connect with people, share what we're passionate about, build something that matters. vexpo 360 is creating this space for that, but in a way that's just more engaging, more inclusive than we've seen before.
This has been an awesome deep dive. I feel like I've had a peek into the future, and it's looking good.
It does. And vexpo 360 is leading the charge. That combo of cutting-edge tech, but with a human touch, and they really get what makes events special. That's a recipe for success, for sure.
Couldn't agree more. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap things up. But before we do, one last thing for our listeners. If you're ready to see the future of events, if you want to connect with your audience in a whole new way, heck, even if you're just curious about the possibilities, go check out vexpo360. You won't regret it.
I second that. Thanks for having me.
It was great having you. And to everyone listening, thanks for diving deep with us. Until next time, stay curious.